Does time spent playing video games directly correlate with time spent on homework? As part of a Year 7 statistical investigation, students will be asked to investigate this question. Their first step will be to collect data from the Australian Bureau of Statistics, making sure their sample size is over 100. For the purpose of this assignment, mine is 119. They will then manipulate this data on an Excel spreadsheet. In order to do this, they will need to focus on question 26, estimate how much time you spend on these activities per week, and specifically the homework and video game answers. Once the data is on Excel, they will need to clean or filter it for any errors so they don't skew their findings. The first graph they will construct is a stem and leaf plot. This is a good one to make first, as it is a good visual representation of where the data lies. However, it is not a direct comparison between each survey participant's homework and video game times, and therefore it won't answer the original question. The next plot I made was a dot plot, and this does show a direct comparison. It showed that a significant portion of survey participants spend less than 10 hours on either activity. It does however show that students who spend a greater amount of time on one activity, i.e. video gaming, they spend less time on homework. The next chart I constructed was a line chart, and while it accurately displayed the data I was after, it was not as effective as the dot plot. I then moved on to sector charts. They were less enlightening than the line charts, as again they didn't show the direct comparison of individual times that's necessary for this investigation. Finally, I made a double column graph, and this was the most useful as I could compare the ordered data of each individual student, but it was not as easy to read as the dot plot. In order to help summarise these findings, I found the mean, median, mode and range of both sets of data. The most useful data was the mean, as it shows that on average students are playing more games than working on homework. However, again, it doesn't help answer our original question. So, in conclusion, on average students are spending more time playing video games than they are spending on homework. However, an example as to why this average could be noticeably larger is that there are several entries in the video game section that exceed 35 hours, whereas no one has stated that they work on their homework for more than 33 hours per week. And this can be seen clearly in both the stem and leaf plot, the double column graph and the dot plot. Therefore, to answer the original question, spending more time on video games does seem to impact the time spent on homework. However, I don't think the results showing that video games impact homework time are significant enough to rely on as accurate without a larger sample size.
Created using Powtoon.